Hi there, welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine. I have a little what's on my desk. This is part 2 of my experiment with trying to recondition some vintage stamps, rubber stamps that had gone hard and weren't printing very well. Now this morning, the recipe that I'm using, the instructions that I'm using said to leave them overnight soaking with just the rubber part in the solution of a half cup of distilled water and 2 teaspoons of glycerin, which is what I did. And I actually was pretty careful to make sure only the rubber was in the solution, but it appears that it can still, I'm not happy. You can see it has soaked right through to the wood, but you know what? We'll see. We'll see. The wood dries, we know that, and rubber can be reglued. So I'm just going to wipe these down. So it has taken off certainly a lot of that old glue that's on it, and I'm quite sure if I put these outside they'll dry, but then of course I'm not sure I want to dry them too quickly in too high of a heat. You know what? We'll see. All right, hold on. Let's get this. I don't know what to expect. This is, I still think it was worth it. These weren't that expensive, and it looks like they would still be usable. Personally, right now I'm feeling them. They still feel hard as rock, but we'll see. Now this one never was wood. This was completely plastic. So, and now I think I'll still wipe them down maybe with a baby wipe afterwards. I have some all-natural baby wipes that of course are alcohol free. You shouldn't be using alcohol on a baby's bum. But let's see. It said that you can treat them again if you didn't get the desired result. I read into what glycerin does, and yeah, apparently it is a vegetable-based moisturizer, which is why I remember hearing about it for beauty purposes. Gee, I hope this one works out. I love the Canada grade cracks. Alrighty, let's get a new one. Let's get a new one. Another hot sunny day up here on the North Shore of Ontario. I was thinking about taking a drive out to some of my favorite thrift stores, and this afternoon, but now they're calling for thunderstorms, and I don't particularly enjoy I don't mind driving in rain, but thunderstorms, especially if especially if the sky opens up. Look at that. Well, that's what glue is for, right? Who knows how old these are, so I wouldn't be happy about spending the night in water and glycerin either. Although they might have been drinking that going, oh, finally. That's delicious. I've been so thirsty. I don't know. All right, invoice, I love you. Let's see how you're doing. Now, none of them said to rinse of the instructions. I wondered whether I should just use clear water and rinse it off. Yeah, see, that's coming loose too. Well, I'm certainly not going to try gluing them until I feel that wood block have dried out. You know what I think I would do next time if I try this again, because I still have some more vintage stamps. Sorry, my mind's going. I think next time what I will do is make a pad of paper towels and really soak it thoroughly with the solution of the water and glycerin, and then lay those on top of the pad rather than right into the liquid. Mind you, I shouldn't start making new plans until I try this, because if these work good, then I may, it may be well worth it to just simply re-glue them back onto the wood block. All right, past due. How are you doing? I wonder what that blue is. Whether they used... It just looks like a neon blue ink. I wonder if that's what they... used. All right, you know what? I am going to get rid of this. So I'm going to push pause and take this immediately to the sink. So hold on. Okay, that's gone. I've got some baby wipes. I'm just going to give it one last little cleaning. And then I guess we'll play with the ink pad and see what we get. Still feels dry to me. It's that crusty feeling. I guess we'll see. And maybe I should just take better care of them. I can hear my mother's voice. You know, that's what happens when you don't take care of things, Catherine. And she's right. Or my husband, you take care of it and it'll take care of you. Wow. Lots of it coming out of this one. Past due got used a lot. Oh boy. Poultry farm. Did you have people not paying for their eggs? All right. Now this is my favorite one. It certainly cleaned this one up very, very well. Really crummy. In where the A, I can't even see the hole anymore where that A is. Okay, I might regret this, but I am going to see what's in there. We're performing surgery. That A is just full of something. Oh no, that's coming apart. No, I've got to leave it alone. It just is what it is. Okay. Yep, that's just chunking away. Wonder how old this is. Oh well, worth a try. All right, well, let's have a little play. Am I still in? I am still in. I don't know why I panicked that I'm out of frame, but I think it's because I'm such an animated speaker. And I think that comes from years and years of interpreting into sign language. And, I'm just used to... Some people assume that sign language is purely your hands when you're speaking in sign, and it's everything. It's a whole body language. It's not just hands. It's your body, it's your face, it's your mouth, it's everything all included. Maybe that's why I enjoy it so much. Alrighty, so I got some ink to play and some junk paper. Let's try this favorite one first. Let's rip the Band-Aid off and just do it. So. Boy, they must have had one of those great big super duper ink pads that I see like at Michael's and that, the super duper ink pads. All right, let's do it. That's from the glycerin and water. It's soaked right up to the top of that. Nope. I was so hopeful. No, well, let's try another one. Let's try invoice. It's the same. Maybe I waited too long. Mind you, I've only had them a year. Goodness knows how old they are. Now I wonder if I'm seeing that I wonder if it's changed shape, because I'm seeing there that it's not shiny from ink in the center. So let's try that. Now, am I in? It's still. I wonder if putting it onto new block or taking it off the block and just being able to use my fingers so that I can push it down just with my fingers. That's a little better when I try a little harder to get the red ink, wet ink, into the center. There we go. Maybe I just need to be much more careful about how much ink is on this. I've heard sometimes you should just let it rest on the paper. I don't know. Well, let's play with another one. I love this one for immediate attention. Let's try you, immediate attention. That doesn't look any different. Looks exactly the same. That's better. Boy, that one's much better. Okay, happy with you. This is the payment received with thanks. Oh, that one's okay. All right, you know what? I'm going to try the Canada Grade cracks on with this one. I really love the Canada Grade cracks. I just want to make sure I can see that it's shiny. Do you know what I mean? That I know I have ink well applied to the whole thing. Let's make sure I'm in the center. You know what? That's pretty good. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Now, who else was crummy? Invoice. You know what, Invoice, you weren't too bad, but I'm not sure how much longer. Let's try the Canada Grade A. Oh, I couldn't lay that down evenly, so I'm probably going to be smudged. All right, I am tempted to simply remove it from the block and see if I can stamp better by being able to use my fingers to give it pressure. It's worth it to give it a try. I can always glue it back on, right? Oh, that's soaking wet. Wow. All right. Wow. Yeah, I would definitely fill a pan, lay it with a few layers of paper towel next time, and just look, even that's better. I wonder if the block, because even that part's dry, I wonder if the block has curved like this, and that's why the center is not getting any pressure anymore, which is a shame because the block is really cool looking. But I just want the stamp, so even if I can't use it with the block and handle, let's give this a try by being able to use my hands and apply better pressure to it. All right, fingers crossed. Am I in? Yes, I am. That's better. All right, so there's my answer. Get rid of the block. All right. You know what? I'm okay with that. I may look at some of these others here and think about removing it. Now, who was acting up? This is my favorite one. I wonder if it will work better. Oh, you're really in there. Yeah, you're really in there. Canada Great cracks. Well, live and learn. Live and learn. So let's clean you off. Well, that was a good experiment. That was well worth it. At least now this is usable. And nicely usable. I certainly didn't want it pristine. Like, this is ideal. You want your stamp, or I want my stamps to look aged. That's incredible. I wonder how they do it. Yeah, so you know what? I would still deem this a success. Past due turned out okay. I mean, good. Invoice. Let's try invoice. Let's try removing you, invoice. Yeah, that's soaking wet as well. I may simply have to use these, which is a shame because the handles are charming. But obviously, perhaps the wood has warped, and that's why the centers aren't stamping as well anymore. Let's play with invoice a little. Okay, you're clean, you're clean, you're clean. Let's just play with invoice. I'll try you with some brown, invoice. I wonder if just using a sheet of acetate and sticking them. Mind you, this is working okay, just using my hands. my in screen. There we go. Oh, all right. Well, I guess we figured that one out too. Invoice, you wanted to be free. And I don't blame you. I haven't worn a bra since February. So you obviously wanted to be freed from the chains of your wooden block. Well, sorry, invoice. Wow, look at where it soaked the water right up into the block. I'm not going to get rid of these yet. I'm going to think about it. Grand and Toy. That's the one I was talking about. I think the other day I was talking about Staples and how in Canada we used to have a business store called Grand and Toy, but it didn't survive the recession of, what was it, the 80s, 70s? Yeah, that looks all right. Yep, I'm happy. I wish I could get Canada grade cracks off there. This one, the rubber seems to be cuddled into inside some wooden wings. Oh. Jeepers. Let's try. Come on, Canada grade. Let's go. Come off. You don't want to now, and I probably made it worse. Well, we're in now, aren't we? Come on. We're into it. Let's do it. I have a sharper knife, but I must confess I'm a little nervous. I had that bookbinding knife that my son-in-law made me, and it would go through this, but I don't want to ruin the stamp itself. Come on, let go. Wow, that one's really well applied. Do I dare try it? This one's like a razor blade. Let's cover you up. Let's see if I can just be gently take you off. This is an altered knife that my son-in-law made for me. He took half the blade off and then he sharpened it right down to a razor blade for me. He, in addition to one of his superpowers being saving lives, he's a paramedic. He can also sharpen a mean blade. I want to keep pointing down because, yeah, because. Come on off, little rubber stamp. You'll be happy because then you can come out and play more. Well, at least they'll be easier to store without the bulkiness of the handles and blocks. Oh, I wonder if I've ruined this one. It is not coming off. The center glue is really I hope I'm not knocking the camera. That center glue is on there. I may have to try some other stuff I've got, but off camera. Oh, wait. Boy, they're not messing around, are you? Canada grade cracks. Come on. I feel like Uncle Buck trying to fix the washing machine. Oh, that went right through. Yes. Now I'm seeing chunks of rubber coming out here. Oh dear. Ah, okay, we're free. Look at that. That really was stuck on there. Well, hopefully this works. Otherwise, I've really messed it up. Look at all that old glue. I wonder how old this is. All right. New paper. Oh, this thing's sharp. Not sure how sharp it is now, but fortunately, my sweetie pie son-in-law, once in a while when he's over, he says, well, can I bring all my sharpening gear? Heck yeah. He's a sweetheart, and we are very lucky to have him. He's been working right through this pandemic. All right, so we're using fingers to apply pressure. Let's see how we do, Canada grade cracks. Yeah. So maybe if I can apply this to maybe at least some acetate so I have a bit more wiggle room as far as holding on to it. Yep. I don't know whether that looks any better than when it had the handle on it. I may have just made things more inconvenient. Oh well. No, you know what? I feel that it's a bit more predictable by being able to use my fingers. Okay, no regrets. No regrets. Still happy I did it. All right, well, I've now got 3 handles. 3 blocks and handles. Oh well. Let's clean you off. The others are fine. They can stay on their handles. And so there we go. We did okay. Happy I did it. I think that they're much more usable now. I can feel that they're very, very wet still, so I'm not sure what to expect once they still start drying some more. We'll see. There goes my alarm telling me I've talked long enough. So, all right, alarm, dismiss. Okay. Well, there's the experiment with with all the egg stamps and that. Thanks for joining me. I hope maybe this was helpful to you in case you have any stamps that you want to play with. Maybe now you'll decide that there's no way you're touching them, or you might decide to start pulling out knives and some glycerin and have at it. I hope it helped you. I will be turning my camera on again, not live, later on, maybe in about an hour or so, and because I do want to take the text blocks out of those 2 books. I'm not going to touch them right now because I don't know whether I've got any ink on me. I need to remove the text blocks from the 2 journals that I'm going to work on next. So, and I also want to do just a tiny little bit more work on this fella. That one's almost done. So there we go. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope you, if we don't talk again until maybe tomorrow or so, hope you have a good day and stay safe and healthy. We'll talk soon. Bye.